One thing I often hear from traders, particularly who scalp, is that when they sit down to mark up their chart, they mark their zones, and once the price gets there, they second guess themselves. They can't quite pull the trigger to take the trade, or they're entering the trade way too early, and then they find themselves in drawdown, and then they're panicking and not knowing exactly when or how they're going to get out. So in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through how to prepare for a successful scalping session so that hopefully you can feel confident in taking your next trade. My name is Kenya with BK Forex Academy. We help new and struggling traders learn how to trade the market with structure and guidance so that you start the right way, have a breakthrough, and trade confidently. You guys do me a favor. It really does help. Hit the like button on this video, show some love, turn on notifications, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. And now, here's my treat to you. Let's go. So one of the ways for us to be prepared and to create more successful outcomes is by being organized and structured in our trading, and also just doing some pre-market routine. It's really important that you are studying the market beforehand and that you're not blindly going into the market and going into trades. I see a lot of traders who do that. They don't document anything and they're kind of just hopping into trades, hoping that it will go their way. And you don't want to trade that way. So I am going to show you a little pre-market routine that I go through, things that I look for, and how do I prepare for a successful scalping session so that I can find those high probability setups that are more in my favor. So right now I am on Euro JPY. I'm going to use EJ as an example for today. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to get up early or either the night before, usually about an hour early before the session, because I trade the New York session and usually it's resetting from London. So usually the market is in consolidation from London session. So I kind of want to see if my levels have been adjusted or how the market has moved from London session and then how I should go into New York. So one thing that you definitely want to always make sure you review is high impact news. So I like to use Forex Factory for the Forex market. I like to go in and see exactly, what are the high impact news, what are medium impact news, which pairs do I need to look out for today. For example, we had high impact news today on CAD and USD, and we definitely saw some impact on CAD pairs. So we need to be aware of that, because if we're trading in the market and all of a sudden this increase in volatility happens and we're looking at the screen like, what just happened? That will happen because you weren't aware of what's going on in the economy or any special announcements. So you want to make sure that you understand high impact news. The next thing is that you want to have your journal open. Now, if you're trading from work or if you are out and about or wherever, you're going to have to document your trades, guys. I'm serious. This part, I see so many traders who are not doing this part seriously, and I just don't understand why, because you guys keep losing money. You make money, you give it all back because you're not learning how your system works. You don't understand the strengths and weaknesses of your system and the strategy that you're using. So you're going to keep, if you're doing this, you're going to keep going in circles. You're going to keep going forward and taking 100 steps back because you're not doing the proper steps of what you need to be successful. Now, the next thing, you want to make sure you have a position calculator. We teach our students not to risk more than 2% of their total account balance, not 2% per trade. So in this example, if I have an account balance of $60,023, I'm going to risk no more than 2%. And then I personally do a 50 pip stop loss for my scalp trades. And please don't come telling me that that is way too much when you're only scalping. This actually works for me. I'm a consistently profitable trader. I know what I'm doing, and this works for me. You'll have to figure out what works for you, but I'm just going to walk you through my process. You simply calculate this figure. And for myself, I focus on not risking more than 2% of my total account balance. And I focus on a particular lot size. Hold on one second. This is actually incorrect. So I had a decimal in there. Okay, now, so this says that I can use a lot size of $24, which I actually will not do. So I like to take this lot size and break it up into smaller positions, and I will not lose more than $1,200 if that's my daily max risk for the day. So now I'm going to take those two numbers and I'm going to go prepare for the market. So I like to do a little top-down analysis. Now, as a scalper, I like to start on the higher time frames because the higher time frames tell me an overall picture of what's going on in that market. So right now, one of the things that I'm seeing is that we have been in a bullish uptrend for some time. And you can see that here. We've been in a bullish uptrend for some time. And then the market actually tried to break below the structure right here. So this was our low. And you can see this long wick right here. So we found support here. The market bounced up and then it came back and broke past it and actually gave us a strong wick and then pushed back up. So one of the things that I see that could happen potentially right now, or I see some type of pattern coming together, I like to look for patterns that stick out to my eyes. I also like to look at levels that are being tested, historical levels that the market is probably reaching. And you can see here on Euro JPY, if I kind of scroll out and go to the monthly, we can actually just kind of scroll left and see that this is a very powerful historical level. So when I say that, if you look back in 2015, this is the last time the market retested this level. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this area because it has already rejected off of here back in the week of April 1st. So now it's coming back to retest that area. And we want to see exactly what will happen. Now you can see we have an impulse here on the monthly. We had a correction and here's our another impulse leg. So now that the market is retesting here again, I want to see if it's going to hold, if it's going to reject. So this is an area of resistance that I'm definitely going to be watching. Now, if price does break that resistance, I want to know where is the next area of opportunity. So I see that this is the next area of opportunity where the market came to and then pushed down. And then here would be the next area where it could push up to. But the fact that price is actually at 138, so this is all the way up to 149, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. It would take months for price to get to this level. So based on that, I'm building a story on the higher time frame in my mind so that I can determine my directional bias on the lower time frame and take trades confidently. So now that I'm aware of this monthly high here and why the price is testing that area, now I'm going to move down and I can kind of figure out exactly how I want to trade this on the lower time frame. So now that we've had an impulse or a breakout to the upside, and you can see that we did have a bullish flag here, and you can see that bullish candle pushed up. So now price is coming to this reversal area. What I do expect is some type of correction to happen from here. All right. So I expect some type of correction to happen from here and more growth possibly to the upside. So now that I see that on the monthly, I'm going to go ahead and drill down to the weekly time frame. And now I can see on the weekly exactly what's going on. And let me just tell you a pattern that I see coming together right now that could potentially happen. I see a double top reversal pattern potentially shaping up right now. Now, this is on the weekly, so I'm going to monitor the price action step by step to see exactly what it's doing and if I need to switch my bias at any moment. But right now, we are bullish on Euro JPY. So if I take any shorts, I have to understand that I'm going to be trading against the trend. And if I prepare for any longs, then I will be trading with the daily and weekly trend. So I'm going to find my area of opportunity for support and also for resistance. This is my previous weekly high here. So I have an alert here so that when price does retest this area or the wick area, I personally am interested in possibly shorting. What I'm going to do is watch the price action to see how it reacts within that zone. And then I'm going to look for potential signals, which are outlined in my trading plan of why I would take that trade. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my support. So I'm going to go down to the daily. Now you can do this on the daily or the weekly. Now I'm just looking for opportunities to scalp. I'm not looking for long-term trades, although I probably will find a long-term opportunity with Euro JPY. But right now, this is our daily resistance. Okay. So now I'm going to look for an area of support that I actually want to keep my eye on and maybe potentially scalp if the market returns to that zone. So I do believe that the market will push up and then possibly correct back down. We might have a double top here on the daily, and the next actual reversal zone is right here. So I'm going to clone this area here and I'm going to bring this down to about right here. So that would be, this is an area. Let me just change this. So this is going to be my buy zone. And this is an area that was previous resistance. And I expect the market to possibly push up just a little bit, come back down to bounce off of this area. And then this will be our newfound support. So if we measure potentially from this zone, how many pips that is. So from about here, we'll say based on where the price is now to back to this support area, that's about 120 something pips or so. So I'm going to be monitoring this area. Because this is an uptrend still, I am going to be looking for a potential scalp within this area here. Now, the reason being is because this is the next major reversal zone in my mind where the price will come to and potentially reverse. And if that happens on, let's say, for example, the 4 hour, this is potentially what we could see happen. So I'm going to jump down to the 4 hour, and now you can see on the 4 hour. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. So this is now on the 4 hour, and we can continue to drill down, okay? So I'm just going to kind of redo these zones real quick. So this is what we spotted on the daily. So that's my resistance right there. Look how much the market moved from that area. Also, look at right here. This was previous support, and this is where the market bounced from. So this is a reversal zone that I definitely want to keep my eye on, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark my resistance where I had it on the daily. So we're going to put our resistance right there. And you can see that on the 4 hour, this is very bullish, right? So right now it's given us a correction right now. And what we want to do is we want to find our opportunity. So I'm telling myself that if the market does push up and retest this area, I'm going to be looking for possible shorts. But if it does come back down into this area here, so I'm going to set an alert at 138.12. It's at 138.65 right now. Once the market comes back down to this area, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to possibly go long. So you can see this is my trend on the 4 hour. And now I can even drill down lower. So you want to start higher on the higher time frames and know where's your area of opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and continue to drill down. And now you can see on the 1 hour more clearly where that price action turned around. So what I'd be looking for is something like this on the 1 hour. This would be my opportunity. And when the price does, let's say if the price does push up. So if it does push up, I don't know, it might push down, but this will give me a double top on the 1 hour. And I will consider taking a short from that area if the market does push back down. When it does, I'll go ahead and profit on the way down. And when it does get back to this support zone, I'm definitely going to be looking for a potential opportunity to buy on the lower time frame. Now, one of the things I also like to do is put my 50 MA on here. So if you trade with moving averages, then you'll understand exactly why I'm using this right now. But my confluence on the lower time frame is that I have a bullish uptrend. Price has pulled back to a previous area of support. And as long as it adheres to my support trend line and also my 50 MA, which price respect that as support, then I am going to get long. All right. It's as simple as that. So now you can see how I started on the higher time frame, how I drilled down. I walked you through my pre-market routine of looking at high impact news, knowing what is before you before the day happens. So that way you can decide, do I want to take this trade right now, or do I want to wait until the news plays out and then trade the correction of whatever happens? It's totally up to you. But most importantly, you also want to document your trades. So when I go to document this, I can actually go through my trading journal and start to put in, okay, today is, May 23rd or June 3rd or whatever date it is. I'm going to put the pair, I'm going to put all that information in there, and then I'm going to take images of each stage of the trade, and I'm going to start from the higher time frame and note what I did and why I did it. So now you can see that candle, even right now, the 1 hour is pushing up. I'm going to wait patiently for the price action to come to this sell zone. Once it gets there, I'm probably going to go ahead and short, possibly, depending on what it's doing. But I also am going to be cautious because I will be trading against the trend. Overall, I'm bullish right now until this pair gives me a bearish confirmation on the higher time frame. So on the lower time frame, I'm looking for an opportunity to buy because overall we are bullish. All right. So this is the routine you need to go through in order to be prepared. This is going to help you stop being fearful to take trades or second guessing yourself once price comes to the zone. You still might second guess yourself, but the more you trade, the more you document your analysis and you see the outcomes, you're going to have more confidence. So I hope that this helps you. Go ahead and comment below and let me know if you have any questions or what resonated with you in this video. Also, be sure to check out our Telegram. We drop lots of great content and daily inspiration and also free trade ideas in there. And if you are a new or struggling trader, there is information on our academy in the description of this video. I invite you to check that out, and we would love to come alongside you and mentor you. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps, and I definitely will look forward to seeing you in the next training video. Stay blessed and good luck. Keep trading, and I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching.